Hi, this is Jodie from English class of BSE University. Today we will present you our debate and the topic is death penalty should be judged for murderers. My team as affirmative is Putri and the negative are Apisia and Ermin. I agree the death penalty should be judged to murderers because the death penalty has been predicted as a punishment that will give the most effective deterrent effect. Someone would certainly rethink to commit a crime if his life was at stake. If only given a prison sentence or a fine, someone will easily repeat his action, especially for people who have position and money. Imprisonment not mean that much. That sentence may not end everything, but there's a possibility for the offender to repeat his actions is 0%, while other people who plan to commit the same crime will rethink to continue the action because the example of a death sentence is already exists.
They say that penalty is most effective different effect. That may be true, but I think that penalty is not too effective. That penalty is the terrible scars on the justice, especially the concept of equal justice under the law. Because sometimes the murderer didn't get the proper lawyer for them. Actually, the death penalty doesn't deter criminals. There is no credible evidence that the death penalty deters crime more effectively than a prison term. In fact, evidence reveals the opposite. For example, since abolishing the death penalty in 1976, Canada's murder rate has steadily decreased.
I disagree with you, Ermin. They say the penalty is terrible scar on justice, but there are so many more than that deserve the penalty. For example, serial killer. I think the penalty should be just to a murder because the penalty can provide family of victim with someone close who will, which may help them to deal with their suffering. And look for the bright side. It may be true that without the death penalty, some criminal would continue to commit crime. We should look at the bright side. The penalty deserves personnel who are already suffering life sentence are jailed from committing more serious offenses.
Affirmative team said the death penalty should be judged to murder, and they say without the death penalty, criminal would continue to commit crimes. It might be true, but I don't agree with this because actually life spent in prisoner is a worse punishment than the execution. I ever watched some documentary movie about solitary jail in US and the prisoner said that solitary jail is worse than execution. They lose their mental health and they have a bad life in the prison. And then I think that I'm a religion person, and in my religion there is a bad karma. If we do a bad karma also will come to our life. Besides, we should value our human life, right? And strong religious argument against that penalty. Life is valuable and life is sacred, and then God given life to us. Divine judgment will come after life. That's why I don't agree with that penalty should be judged to murder.
With concept eye for an eye, death penalty is great redemption for murderers. I guess we can think in families victim side, the suffering and pain that they get. In Christian's Bible, there is some statement in Genesis. The Bible is so clear. go to Genesis chapter 9 and you will find the death penalty clearly stated in Genesis chapter 9. God ordains the death penalty. It said that whoever shed human blood by humans shall their blood be shed, for in the image of God has God made mankind. So yes, the death penalty is allowed in some religion and it should be judged to murderers.
That's penalty against humanity because we showed value of human life, and I believe with the right to live, even a murderer. Oprah Winfrey ever said that to take a life when a life has been lost, it is revenge. It's not a justice. What makes the death penalty for the murder distinct from life in prison is that no judgment can be reversed. It is a final punishment. However, what if a new evidence is discovered and it turns out the prisoner was innocent? In US, the rate of error is extremely high. Since 1973, there is 159 people have been released from death row. We cannot take innocent people's life by judgment mistakes, right?
I disagree with you. Based on fact, 55 of people in the world support death penalty according to national vote by United Nations. Death penalty may actually represent justice for victims because there are the reason why immoral souls be judged with death penalty. The first, the death penalty is an effective deterrent. While life, the person cannot guarantee more than not repeating their acting in the future. The second, in modern, they sort to date life for life. The reason like the penalty is clear and inhuman are not signs because the immortal already lost the humanity when they killed the victim. And the last reason, family for a victim deserve closure. The friend and family of victim will live with that close for the rest of their life. Why the penalty need to ease their pain. The penalty should be just to murderers.
Affirmative team said that 50% of people in the world support death penalty for murderers. It might be true, but I disagree. Because scientists research from US said the death penalty has no deterrent effect. The country that have death penalty has no chance of lower murder since then. And then the fact is the state without death penalty also have a lower murder than the state with the death penalty, capital punishment. Besides, we should value human life, right? I think the murderer have a value to life. They deserve to life. Everyone deserve to life. What makes us different from murderer if we do death penalty? And then, what makes us different from monster if we judge someone with death penalty? Are we do justice or are we just a monsters? The sooner or later, the law will make a mistake because a law made from human. Lack of law can cause the death penalty to innocent people. There are so many cases in the world that cause the death penalty to innocent people. For example, there is one famous case in the world. It came from US. Someone named Carlos de Luna. De Luna is Spanish American. He judged with death penalty because the judge, prosecutor, and the police said that he killed someone and he stabbed someone to death in gas station. After a decade and century, the lawyer of De Luna, century later, can prove that he is innocent people. You know what? Carlos de Luna said that I don't do murderers. I'm not the murderer. I didn't do that, but I know who did. And when he will punish to electric chair, he said that I don't hold a grudge. I will die in peace. Carlos de Luna case is a famous one of lack of laws. And we don't want that thing happen to us, right? You don't want the death penalty happen to you, right? That's why death penalty shouldn't be judged to murder. And the last reason why I disagree with death penalty judged to murder is actually the family that suffer from death penalty is not just the victim, but also the family's murder is pain. They feel the same pain as victim families. Affirmative said that the death penalty can ease the pain for the victim family. It might be true, but for this thing, I also disagree. Actually, they can heal by time. The death penalty can encourage them to heal. You know what? The death penalty is inhuman punishment. We should value every human life. Even murderer deserve a life, right? Thank you.